Hello, my name is Dr. Matthew Doré and I am a palliative care doctor. This bill is dangerous. It is at its core flawed. To give a specific example, it will be illegal for me as a doctor, a palliative care physician, to refuse onward referral for lethal medications. I cannot, in good conscience, refer my patients for assessment to receive lethal medications. However, in refusing to refer onwards, I would be breaking the law. What is the penalty for refusing to comply? Would I face disciplinary action? What about my GMC registration? Would I still be able to practice as a doctor for refusing to refer a patient onward for lethal medications? What's even more troubling is the irony here. Under this bill, it will be perfectly legal to suggest assisted dying to my patients. Suggest that it might be better off if you were dead. This is a one-way street. What kind of doctors does society want? This bill has no real safeguards, and the judges agree. To quote Sir James Mumby, the former head of the family court, the Leadbeater bill falls lamentably short of providing adequate safeguards. What's being called safeguards are, in reality, arbitrary criteria for eligibility tick-boxed by two random doctors, rubber-stamped by a judge to make us feel better as a country. The term terminal diagnosis is so poorly defined that it includes conditions like diabetes, where survival depends on treatment like insulin. Stop the treatment, and yes, you are eligible for lethal medications. And let's be clear, prognosis is unpredictable. There's overwhelming evidence that we simply cannot accurately forecast 6 months. On top of this, there are no safeguards against coercion. Did you know 1 in 6 over 65 have experienced abuse? We are in a mental health crisis. We're in an NHS crisis, a social care crisis. We have had recent scandals of the Liverpool care pathway and the DNA CPR in COVID, and we think it's a good idea to throw lethal medications, which also happen to be cheaper. Baroness Margaret Hodge, a supporter of assisted dying, said, "If you look at the NHS budget, most of it goes on the last 6 months of life. To argue that this is going to cost extra, I haven't done the arithmetic on it, sounds to me a bit daft." She is right. Killing is cheap, but care is expensive. Palliative care is less than 37% funded by the NHS, and Labour have shrunk palliative care even further with national insurance upon hospices. What choice is this government really giving us? It's not a choice at all, is it? It's a pressure to consider saving the NHS money. An insidious suggestion you are a burden. You have to choose not to have it. Maybe you think money could be spent better on others elsewhere. Patients regularly tell me, "I don't want to be a nuisance." Why do you think disability organisations are so against this? Because they know what it's like for society to see you as a burden. There is another way. Reject this bill. Don't abstain and be a coward. Reject. And make a bill to fund better social care, better district nurses, better support, better GPs, better mental health, and better palliative care.